entirely and only be giving one utility rate to pay as opposed to 3 utility rates, considering he is only one business?
You could. Sorry?
Yeah, just
Well, go ahead.
to change the fees or rates, you require an amendment to the bylaw. Not just a motion.
An amendment to the bylaw.
that we just passed.
Can I clarify it? So Raj's business is basically part of that bylaw, and we would have to change that bylaw to start taxing him only as one business rather than 3 different entities.
Well, if I may, Mayor, to respond to Council.
No, go ahead.
Question.
No, there's some clarification.
You cannot identify a particular business in the bylaw. It would just be by a category.
Are there more businesses being taxed 3 ways as opposed to
There are others, yes, absolutely.
that are paying water, sewer, garbage on different entities of their business? Like, is the hardware being charged water, sewer, garbage for the electrical department, for the plumbing department, for the wood department? There are business property owners who are paying utilities for parts of their property that are not being used.
Well,
Yeah,
we do.
I don't understand that.
We do have empty properties that water and sewer rates are charged on, so.
Yes, there's
And
service
garbage,
lots.
And garbage. Yeah.
when there's no dwelling on the property.
Paid 3 times if they have different aspects of how the property is being used.
No, well, we're talking about.
Yeah, there are.
Sorry?
Yes, there are.
For
example, the marina.
Okay. So the marina is being charged
For the restaurants,
3 rates, or,
different rates.
okay, for each service that they offer.
Every category is under the bylaw. Council can amend the bylaw and change the bylaw, but you do it by way of category. And I think as council is aware, and one of the challenges, and it's well recognized, and there are staff reports that say this specifically, is that without a metered system, which is the fairest system, which would ensure that property owners would pay just for the amount of water they use, we can have a system of categories, and we apply those categories. And so if council wants to amend the bylaw and change the categories and have different types of categories, that's well within council's control, and so as long as it doesn't offend the charter provisions with respect to assistance business.
Right. And our only alternative is to go to a metering system for the businesses in town in order to reconcile this issue, because it's businesses that are being charged multiple times based on
That's
the different services.
Yes, correct. So a meter system would be there's no question, a meter system would be the fairest system.
Right. And something like that would probably take a year to institute.
I think,
We start the process.
I hesitate to speculate on that, Mayor. So.
Right.
Mr. Mayor?
Go ahead.
My concern is basically people complain about Raj's prices. Now, if he's paying 3 times the utility rate taxes, that is all added to the calculation of how he has to mark up his food. If we are going to basically, in my mind, overtax him, then we, every time we go into the store, are paying more for food because Raj has got to pay it back to the village. And I feel that, we subsidize the Good Food Box program. We're not basically helping Raj out whatsoever. We should be basically taxing him accordingly so that he pays water, sewer, garbage as a single entity business so that he can turn that dial back and lower the price of food for everyone basically in this community.
Yeah. And of course, the flip side of that is if he goes to a single rate for, if we set a single commercial rate or whatever we do, to reduce the amount that he pays, then we'll have to download that onto taxpayers. higher rates to make up for the shortfall, just so that everybody's on the same page with it. Well, I want to put this in perspective here. We still have the same bills to pay. The question is, how do we do it? And, you know, I see your point, and I literally had this discussion with Raj today, so I see his point regarding this. If we want to revisit this, we'll need a motion according to that.
Well, okay, due to my inexperience, I'd like to make a motion that we amend the bylaw so that we basically narrow down the amount that we charge.
Can we make a motion to revisit how we charge commercial rates?
That would be a better route, I think.
Something like that?
Certainly, but it would be helpful to have more direction in terms of the policy, where you, council just went through a process to raise all of the commercial rates by 10%. So if you want to change the categories or change the rates, then that's, but to revisit, I know that was not going to be very helpful for staff in terms of what exactly you want to accomplish.
What I'd like to accomplish is maybe just have it so that if you are in the food selling business, then basically you're only paying water, sewer, garbage for a single utility for the business.
But we are going to have to make up the difference in taxation to cover the loss that will come from this. I don't know how much the loss is, but the alternative is to let it go, but then make sure that we revisit this after the fact so that next year we have a different taxation regime rather than backing it up right now and then starting from scratch, which is essentially what we're talking about doing right now.